Do you know what one of the biggest causes of disputes on construction projects are? It's not money. It's bad contracts, inaccurate contracts, contracts which don't record the deal as the parties intended it to. Now, long contracts are probably worse for this than any. And to be honest, in all my 25 years of reading contracts, the longer they are, the more likely there are to be mistakes. And the courts have moaned about unhappy drafting or inconsistencies and ambiguities, or that's not going to win any prizes for clarity. But parties need to know what they do too. So to avoid disputes, you need to be really accurate with what you're writing down. Write processes that are accurate, clear, and easy to follow. But most of all, we know from the World Commerce and Contracting Survey on most negotiated terms that the roles and responsibilities of the parties, the scope of the contract, is a critical item to get right. So when you write a scope accurately, you say what you're doing, goods, works, and services, or whatever else. You also say what your client is doing, goods, works, and services, or whatever else. And you also say what neither of you are doing. And it's really, really important to define the boundaries of each party's role clearly. You don't want overlap and you don't want gaps. You don't want both of you trying to do something and you don't want neither of you doing something, particularly if it's critical to the project's success. So think carefully how you can create an accurate scope that allows your client to say, yes, you've done everything you said. Only this week, I had a supplier turn around and say, well, we finished our job, I'm going to bill you. I said, well, that's all very well, but I've looked at your scope and you haven't actually finished your job. But please do bill me, but don't close the account yet because you've still got work to do. It's kind of easy to get into the flow and think, wow, that's pretty much there. But actually having a scope that allows your client to say, oh, hang on a minute, is a really useful tool. If they can't tell where you started, where you finished, whether you've finished, then that's a scope that doesn't really work for the parties. And that's what your contract is there to do. It's to make life easier for the parties. So with an accurate contract, you can safeguard your business from all those disputes, as well as bring your client on board. You won't annoy your clients if you've got an accurate contract because they can accurately check that it's an accurate record of everything you accurately agreed to do.